So once again, our objective, I can write and graph a linear equation using slope and y-intercept. By the way, we don't need a Fourier model for a linear equation or linear function. We already did that before the break. Remember one of the lessons I said, this is a linear equation, this is a linear function. Linear equation, linear function. Linear equation, remember that? I went back and forth. So we don't need a Fourier model for that, but we do need a Fourier model for slope-intercept form. So make a Fourier model, and in the center, write slope-intercept form. Use colors so that it's easier to transfer the information that I'm going to give you. Slope-intercept form. What is a slope-intercept form? Slope-intercept form is a special type of linear relationship that can be written in the form y equals mx plus b. 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 Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form, tell your neighbor. And it says here where m stands for the slope and plus b is the constant, also known as the y-intercept. So the b is known as the y-intercept. Examples. Y equals x plus 1. Y equals 3x minus 2. Y equals negative 2x plus 3. Y equals 3/4 x minus 5. 5x plus 2 equals y. And y equals 4x. Copy those, and then I'll go over those with the definition. So, our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. All these are in the form of slope-intercept form. So now check this out. Let me show you something, see if you see it, what I see. All of these are slope-intercept form. All of these, what they have in common, they're solved for which variable? Y. It's already solved for y. Does everybody see that? Including this one, the form. Now, why is it called that, and why is it that these are in slope-intercept form? Well, let me show you. Let me get my little tool here. Do you guys see it? Everything matches up. So if everything matches up, and that is slope-intercept form, and we know that m stands for slope, and b stands for y-intercept, so looking at this equation, everyone, what would be our slope? 3, and we write it as a fraction form, which is 3 over 1. Looking at the same equation, what is our y-intercept? Negative 2, our y-intercept. Now, why negative 2? Because this could be written like this. Remember, at the beginning of the year, the plus negative 2. Does everybody see it? So with that same idea, is this in slope-intercept form? Yes. What is our slope? 1 over 1. What is our y-intercept? 1. Look at this one. We already did this one. Look at this one. What is our slope here? Negative 2 over 1. And our y-intercept? 3. Look at the slope on this one. What is our slope? 3 over 4. It's already in fraction form. What is our y-intercept? Negative 5. What is our slope in this one? 5 over 1. And what is our y-intercept? 2. How about this one? Slope on this one? 4 over 1. And what is our y-intercept? 0, because it doesn't have a constant. Are we there? So, now that we're clear as to what a slope-intercept form looks like, let me show you what it does not look like. 4x plus 2y equals 8. Y equals 3 minus 2x. And y equals negative 5 plus 3/4 x. Copy that. And as you're copying those, start thinking, if these are a slope-intercept form, why are these not? Then we'll discuss it with your neighbors. Copy that, please. Okay, Santi, why is this not a slope-intercept form equation? It's not equal to y. That's one thing, exactly. It's not solved for y. Therefore, if it's not solved for y and it's got both variables on one side where x is first, y is second. Second question, Santi, what is the name of this form? Where both variables are on the same side. Both variables on the same side of the equation. X is first, y is second. Who can help us out? Yes? It is, they're all linear equations, but this has a specific name for the form, yes? Close, yes? Standard form. Both variables on the same side. All right? These two right here are y form, but they're not slope-intercept form. And I saw some of you saying, well, Mr. Q, aren't these just switched? This one should go there and this one should go here. Yes, but the fact that they are not in this order, that's where they're not slope-intercept form. They're not following the formula, yes. Well, let's see. Let's read it from left to right. Does x come first? Yes, which is the slope, and then the y-intercept. Yeah. So, what is so important that for slope-intercept form, all of them have to be solved for what? Y, and they need to be in the form where the slope is first and the y-intercept goes last. So write those two as your critical attributes. Copy that, and then we'll move on to copy 5 steps, 5 easy steps for today. Then we'll do a couple of examples, and this is fairly simple. I'm going to do both things at once. I'm going to have you write an equation, and from there we're going to graph the equation together. Okay? And so far, let's see, before we went to break, you knew how to graph 2 ways so far. The first way, you build a table. Remember, we build a table, right? Input-output table. Then we plotted points, and then we graphed a line. Remember that? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, good. The second way was identifying the x and y intercepts. Remember, you identify the x-intercept, you plotted the point. The y-intercept, plotted the point. Then you graph the line through those 2 points. That's the second way of graphing. Today is going to be the third way using this form, slope-intercept form. Okay? So, with that said, steps. It's only 5 steps. Be nice. It says, step 1, solve for y and write the equation in slope-intercept form. Do we know what that looks like? Yes. Y equals mx plus b. Step 2, identify and plot the y-intercept. That seems pretty simple. Step 3, identify and use the slope to plot points. And I'll show you how to do that. Step 4, graph your line, and you're done. So the first 4 steps are for graphing. But look at the 5th step. The 5th step is to write an equation. It says, to write a slope-intercept form equation, number 1, you write the form and substitute the given values. So it's 2 little mini steps within that step. So copy that, and then we'll go over an example together. All right, let's move on. Everybody has a graph paper, right? On the big graph paper, get the big graph paper in front of you. Write example 1 on the top left corner. Yeah, the big one. Write example 1 on the top right or top left, either one, wherever you have more room. I think it's about the same on both sides or on top. It's up to you. Very good. Example 1. It says, write an equation and graph the line given the slope and y-intercept. Those are the instructions. Write them down. It says, instructions. Write an equation and graph the line given the slope and y-intercept. And here they give us the slope and the y-intercept. Slope is negative 2/5, and the y-intercept is 4. Now, if you notice on this one, they're asking us to do 2 things. Not just one thing, two things. Look at the first part. The first part, they're asking us to write an equation. So that's one thing that we need to do. And if you look at your step 5 of your notes, that tells you to write an equation, blah, 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 right? So the second part is this one, graph the line. That's two things that they're asking us to do. I'm going to do both of them combined together. So like that, you see that everything can be done on one step. Okay? So it says, write an equation and graph the line given the slope and y-intercept. Do they give us a slope? Yes. Do they give us the y-intercept? Yes. So here it goes. To write an equation given this information, it says you need to write the form first. So everyone, what is the slope-intercept form? Everyone? Y equals mx plus b. That's the first thing you write. From there, you substitute your values. What are the values that they give us? The slope and the y-intercept. So instead of m, what do we write? -2/5. And for b, we write 4, and we bring everything else down, and that's our equation. So we're done with the first part. There it is. Second part, they're asking us to graph. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to put your pencils down. Check this out. I'm going to graph, let's say, look up please to the screen. And I'm going to do this combined. Let's say you didn't have this information, but they gave you this equation. So look at the equation. First thing is I need to identify the y-intercept. What is my y-intercept? 4. If that's the y-intercept, can you picture it here on the graph? Yeah, it's on the y-axis, and that line's going to cross through 4. You're just paying attention, please. Does everyone understand that? All right. Next, I'm going to use the slope. What is my slope? -2/5. So what is the rise? -2. What does that mean? The rise going which way? Down. How many steps? 2 and 5 to the right. So what? So from here I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a point at that point. From there, I use the same slope. Why am I going to use the same slope to do another point? Because what did we say it was? It was a constant rate of change. So let's see, from here, I'm going to use the same slope. 2 down, 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could I continue going? Yeah. Why? Because at each point, the slope is the same. Is that correct? And now I can graph my line. Copy that, please. So let me recap just to make sure you got this. It says here, example 1A, write an equation and graph the line. There's two things we're doing, given a slope and y-intercept. So given this information, the first thing that I did to write an equation, I wrote my form, y equals mx plus b. From there, I substituted values. There they are. The slope is -2/5. The y-intercept is 4. So my equation is y equals -2/5 x plus 4. To graph, all I need is my y-intercept and my slope. So I start with my y-intercept, that's 4. The slope tells me to go down 2 steps, 5 to the right from this point. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot my point. I do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then graph my line. And that's it. Fairly simple. On the right side of that graph, you have space, don't you? Yes. Write example 1B. The slope is 3, and the y-intercept is -6. I want you to write me an equation in slope-intercept form, same instructions. and then I want you to graph the line. So you don't need to write the instructions anymore. You already have them, right? But this is the information I'm giving you, the slope and the y-intercept. Write me the equation in slope-intercept form and graph it. Copy that and go. All right. Let's see, give me the slope-intercept form equation, Chris B. What is our equation?
Y equals 3x minus 6.
Hands if you got that. Looks about right. But the slope, I ask you to write it in what form?
Would be 3x minus 6 equals y.
The slope, I ask you to write it in what form? Fraction form. So it's y equals 3 over 1x minus 6. For the purpose of graphing, I said from now on, just write it in fraction form. Hands if you got something like that. Okay? And then we start our graph using the y-intercept, which is -6. And then our slope tells us to go up how many steps? 3 and 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right. And I continue going, right? And, oh, that one goes here. And the more points you have, the straighter your line, by the way. Especially those of you that forget to use your rulers. Don't want to mention names. All right? Everybody got it? Questions, comments, autographs?
Autograph.
All right. Yeah. Oh, to get to here? Yeah, but I didn't. Okay. Chris B., what was the step that you did before this point? You wrote what?
Y equals mx plus b.
Thank you. So, yeah, he just, because I didn't ask him for the steps, I just asked him to give me the equation. Yes? Any questions with this? Show me with your fingers how comfortable you are with writing an equation in slope-intercept form and graphing an equation. 1 out of 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. I got some 4s, some 5s, some 5s, some 1s. Okay. All right. 3s. All right. Okay, copy this one. Yeah. Oh. I guess don't copy this one. All right. Our home plate for tonight is our study guide. Study guide 3A. Once again, if there's a time for you to be in tutoring, it should be today. I'm going to go over the some of those problems. Other than that, have a good one, guys. Enjoy your home play. See you guys tomorrow. Turn in your packets on your way out. Bye.